The year is 2005 and you are a Metroid fan waiting for a new game. You hear that Nintendo is working on a sequel to Metroid Fusion. As exciting as this new game is, it eventually becomes forgotten. It gets picked up in 2008, but eventually they cancel production for the game. Fast forward to E3 of 2021 and you are waiting for any kind of Metroid news. Up until this point, the series has been in a dark era. The last 3D game was Metroid Other M, and the last 2D game was a remake. Fans are anticipating news and even possibly a release date for Metroid Prime 4. The suspense increases as they reach an announcement for a Metroid game. However, instead of talking about Prime 4, they do something that no one expected. This took the internet by storm. Fans went wild with excitement and it introduced many people to the series. It was received very well by critics and was the most talked about Switch game of 2021. Personally, it has become one of my favorite 2D Metroid games. It tries many new things and greatly succeeds at them. It is everything that a Metroid game should be, and it brought the series back, giving the fans something they had so patiently waited for. So today, I will explain what made Metroid Dread such a masterpiece. The game starts off with a cutscene that explains the story up until this point with quality visuals. It explains what the X-Parasite is and Samus's history with it. You are then told some really bad news. The problem is that Samus thought she destroyed all the X-Parasites, but as it turns out, that's not the case. One was found on the planet ZDR. As the tension slowly rises, you are then told about a weapon called the Emmy. Unfortunately, they have gone missing, and it's up to you to go there and see what's going on. The exposition helps explain the main goal of the game and sets up this feeling of uneasiness. When Samus enters planet ZDR, she loses connection with her only ally, the artificial intelligence called Adam. Later on, you connect him to the planet's servers, but something about him seems odd. Towards the end of the game, it is revealed that Ravenbeak, the final boss, was speaking through Adam. This is hinted through his dialogue, which longtime fans could recognize, such as him not saying his signature phrase, "Any objections, lady?" The final boss of the game is excellently hyped up as a force to be reckoned with. In the beginning, he absolutely destroys Samus by implementing moves that he uses during the final fight. Even when you get all your abilities in the end, he is still the hardest boss in the game. He refuses to go out without a fight. However, nothing can be more terrifying and anxiety-inducing than the Emmy. These atrocities are the most stressful things I've ever had to deal with. They can only see you when their scanner comes into contact with you, but they can also hear you, making you have to take a stealthy approach. Once they find you, they will move insanely fast, and when they catch up, you only have an 8-frame window to parry them. As the game progresses, they gain more abilities that make them even harder to deal with. Most of my memories from this game are for me having a heart attack every time I hear this sound. Through mixing multiple different mechanics together, Mercury Steam manages to create one of the most horrifying experiences in gaming. The visuals in this game are one of the best for the Nintendo Switch. Every room looks like it was crafted with skill, care, and imagination. Nearly every room is memorable and looks like a desktop background. They somehow managed to even make save rooms look fancy. The environment helps the player get immersed and want to explore more to see what other places can be found. The music for the game is more atmospheric instead of a catchy tune that you won't forget. This would be a problem if it didn't work so well with how foreign and fascinating this planet is. The sound design is insanely satisfying and memorable. It makes the player associate certain sounds with actions that assist in things like parrying and dodging. It also adds weight to each of your actions. When you set off a power bomb, you can feel the explosive power. The music, visuals, and sound design build a more fascinating and organic world. The exploration and gameplay are nearly perfect. It feels like they have looked at all the good parts of Metroid and then combined and refined them to create the ideal 2D Metroid experience. The exploration is both linear and open world. You can explore as much as your abilities will allow you, but you will almost never get lost due to multiple strategies being used. The path leads you through the game by placing upgrades in noticeable spots to attract the player towards them. However, the player can do almost anything they want. There are many sequence skips that have been found, and sometimes if you get something early, the game rewards you with a special event. By having both a linear and open world game, you can make casual players feel like they never get lost and frustrated, while devoted players can use their skills to do whatever they want. It is also a very enjoyable adventure, because you find abilities that make Samus more powerful, and each have their own special quirks that make the movement very fluid. You can also ledge grab, slide, and parry, which if combined can make for quick and precise actions. These help combat and navigation around the planet. However, the best use of the combat system are, without a doubt, the bosses. You have to dodge their attacks, and when the opportunity is open, you strike. They even have their own sections that are new and memorable. After a while, the boss hits you with an attack that you can parry. If successfully parried, a short cutscene will play, allowing you to spam missiles at them. This is both exciting and helpful, and if you pull it off, you feel unstoppable. You can also combine your abilities and movement for new advantages, with my favorite combination being the space jump and screw attack. The community for Metroid Dread love a good challenge. Many people have speedrun the game and new skips keep getting found. This causes players to discuss with others what they found and ways to improve. The fans that love the lore also talk about different Easter eggs they found and how everything connects with the story, not to mention the updates that have been added to the game. The Dread mode and Boss Rush mode both add a new layer of challenge for those who want to test their abilities even further. This gives people more to talk about. They tell others what they accomplished, and most players are very supportive of each other. Due to the game's many elements, different groups can come together to talk about something they enjoy. Clearly, Metroid Dread, despite its relatively recent release, has been a big deal. It has introduced many people to one of the best game franchises ever. The creators have also given the fans what they love from the series, such as satisfying gameplay, captivating exploration, and even speedrunning. It feels like an homage to the franchise that created Metroidvanias while maintaining its own separate personality. It's one of those games that deserves all the praise and attention that it gets, and it continues to bring me back time and time again. All of its different components are expertly crafted, and I won't ever forget the first time I played it. So thank you Nintendo and Mercury Steam for bringing back Metroid in the best way possible.
As a child, you would wait and watch from far away, but you always knew that you'd be the one that would while they all play. And you'd lay awake at night and scheme of all the things that you would change, but it was just a dream. From dust. from dust.